From corruption talk to the people them cry. Asking real questions like why? Community voices, youth them rising strong. Mama them calling, saying things been wrong. We need solution, not empty talk. Time to fix the system, time to take a walk. No fear, no favor, we're speaking it clear. The truth might be bitter, but the people must hear. From county to county, the message goes spread. Better Liberia, that's the road ahead. Face the issue, not hiding again. Truth on the airwaves, calling us citizens. From Liberia to the villages far, we're speaking the truth, no matter who you are. Face the issue, stand up people. The future is now, not stories of old. We teach our light on the radio, making voices be heard. Every question counts, every single word. Politicians talk, but the people want proof. No more empty promise, we demand the truth. Every patient's on, yeah. Jobs for the youth. Let the leaders answer. Let them show the truth. From the 15 counties, every citizen matter, no one escape. It's now we country. We all gotta say, face the issues now. Don't delay. Talk your mind. Stand your ground. Let the truth come out loud. Let it shake the town. Face the issue. No more silence. We bury our rising. We're making it proud. Colin, speak up. Your voice matters. This is more than a show. It's a movement. When Liberians are desperate for leadership to deliver, desperate to know the truth, and desperate to know the real issues confronting the country.
They think they will see this election, will not lie. Because if you do it, it's the end of the thing.
Well, the government, all the ministers in the government, they can lie. They don't put also everything they say, they don't say the truth.
The people of Liberia, if you allow the opposition to win, you will suffer. The Liberians will suffer.
And the facts surrounding those issues, there is only one forum that provides the answer. It face the issue on King's FM. John Anthony April Gossin William, commonly known as Teacher Live, from Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. for the most analytical and most stimulating conversation training for the day.
That's the funny thing about Unity Park. In a football game, if we were playing a tournament, they beat us today, and we drop out of the tournament. Our focus now is not the tournament again. Unity Park, they get their opponent, the Liberian people, they lead the Liberian people, then they come back to their team, that they defeated. Everyone said that they put a crack away. You never want to get sense, though.
And face the issue, we speak out the fact in advocating for the right of Liberia. Face the issue, brings you logic, explain logic, and advance you to discuss with logic. It's face the issue. Comes on your airway from Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Kings FM 88.5. Don't miss it.
We are seeing a systematic erosion of democracy. Executive overreach and open disregard for our constitution. Lawlessness in the legislature, with the presidency turning a blind eye, even when the assembly hall of our democracy go up in flames. Security forces brutalizing peaceful citizens. Yeah. While billions have been spent on so-called operations that offer no protection to ordinary Liberians. They said we were the problem, but now the Liberian people can see for themselves. The real problem is the unity party that is now in power. The time has come to speak the truth without fear. This government is failing and Liberia is paying the price. For seditions, let us not lose hope. Even the longest night must give way to daylight. Even the strongest storm must pass. We are still standing and we are still strong. We will not give up on Liberia. We will not give up on our people. And we will never give up on CDC. We are the party of the strong and the city. We are the voice of the voiceless. We are the protectors of the poor and the defender of their dreams. From New Town to Peaceville, from Buchanan to Bond Mines, from Sunny Pole to Southtown, the CDC remains in the hearts of the people. This rally is a clear sign. We are reorganizing, we are preparing, we are coming back. I said to you, we are coming back. But in order to do that, we must build a strong, together we must fortify the one institution that can correct the failure of the Bouaka administration. And that institution is the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change. This is why I call on all of you today, not just to believe, but to act. Not just to hope, but to build. Let us invest in the movement that has invested in you. Let us pay our due so that the party remains financially and politically prepared. Your dues are more than money. They are a seed of commitment, a pledge of loyalty, and a symbol of hope. I'm so proud to launch this due payment campaign today because it means that you, the grassroots, you, the real owner of this party, are ready to step forward, take charge, and prepare for the future. As your political leader, I promise you this: we will not rest, we will not retreat, we will organize, mobilize, and energize until we reclaim the leadership of Liberia. But let us do it the CDC way, peacefully, lawfully, strategically, and respectfully. Because when our time comes, and it will come, believe me, we must be ready not just to win, but to govern better. We must correct the wrongs, improve the system, and restore the dignity of the Liberian people. So let us unite, let us rise, let us believe, and let us build. And to all our young people, I say, stay focused, stay clean, stay strong. To our women, you are the backbone of this movement. Keep rising. To our elders, the wisdom is still needed. Stay with us. And to our opponent, we see the failure and we are coming to face it. Again, great Nelson Mandela said in a quote, it always seems impossible until it is done. Unquote. The party is alive, strong and mighty. The revolution shall continue. I believe we will uphold to death. The future is not beyond us. The future is still ahead. And together, we will get there. And so, I want to close with this advice. Wait well. Liberia and Liberians will call on you again. And therefore, be prepared to win again and lead again. Remember, we are the common people. So let us all unite for the betterment of our country. And our people.
The Bouaka, we used to go to him, even fee Bouaka because of his title. Make him comfortable because of a title. But you see what he's doing. You get a lot of gangsters around here and thinking that Liberia is afraid of gangsters. It's a lie.
But you should be concerned as well. Why it is true that you're in opposition, you should be concerned. You also have a responsibility to maintain the peace of the country. Though the burden has shifted on the government to maintain the peace.
AB, I've always kept the peace of the Republic of Liberia.
Okay.
During Ellen time, I've kept the peace. During President Nota, I kept the peace. Amos Soyota, I kept the peace. Charles Taylor, I kept the peace. I've never broken anything in this country. I work for peace in our country, and I'm on record. Even the United Nations know that I work for peace. So I'm not trying to break the peace. What I'm telling you that those people that say they came to rescue us, they are breaking the laws of the Republic, and it is wrong. If you can't see it, AB, it is wrong. It is wrong. Because in the government that I serve, training position was respected. Today, you can say that you're taking the person off because he associated with somebody. No, but you see, we are different. The respect I have for Ellen Johnson, I kept that respect. And the respect I kept for her, to respect the laws of the Republic. I even work with Ellen Johnson as a peace ambassador. I don't have a issue of keeping the peace of the country. Of course, we are peaceful. But we will not allow people to break our laws and then intimidate people and we just sit. That would never happen. You know, we're in opposition. Ellen Johnson, Madam Ellen Johnson said, let me give her the respect because that's somebody that I respect so much. She did some things that we disagree and we went to her and spoke to her. By the rule of law, you know, we have the right to protest, and we protest. We went to Ellen, and she understood that. She came on the table, and we talked.
And while on our way, we have reached out to take out the poor somewhere in there to communicate the poor to the station room or go to right in the top of the city. All the way in the professional investigation, when you're calling the party, you're calling the common official, you're calling people, give deference and respect to them. You know, I got to say, you are not prepared for all, and you want to tell you more. And so I know it is an attempt to just demoralize the former finance minister, keeping all that you're waiting the wrong way or waiting with, and when you're ready to find it, going back, if the chairman is ready this time, he will write on again, and when he does that, this time we come again, he does the same thing, and they are not, in fact, getting on to the investigation.
This is a witch hunt. This is a witch hunt. We cannot change the laws because of Samuel 12. We can't do that. The country will stay. We will go. We need to be reminded by history. There were powerful people in this country. Some of us who were young, little in age, in the 80s, we saw people, men that we saw in this town. Certain time came, we saw them that they were people who have never served government before. Government will come and government will go, but this is the law. We can't change the law. This is a witch hunt. Imagine, immediately after the verdict, the next day we receive a call and a letter, summary, the former finance minister for another criminal investigation. You don't have to be a politician or a political scientist to understand that this is not a witch hunt. This is witch hunt. This is witch hunt. If I were a prosecutor, I would not issue that kind of assignment or request. But this is witch hunt. And we listen to some practitioners even are inviting the finance minister. They say, even if you get the authorize the money to go to somebody, spending agency, your duty is to follow up with that spending agency and ask them how they spend the money. Is that the authority under the PFM law of the Minister of Finance? No. The Minister of Finance, his authority is to spend the money, and when he's spending the money, he must have the authorized authority. who is responsible? The spending agency will account for how they spend the money. That's why we'll have the GAC to conduct audit. This is witch hunt. So when somebody tells me that because the finance minister authorized expenditure and you are going to make a follow-up, you kidding the finance minister of the country? But this is not good for our democracy. For those who don't know, some who are actors in our body politics, some of them were not here when we're in a conflict. Nobody prays for conflict in this country. They always say it. I want our country peaceful. But the point is, we are thinking that we must not repeat the history, the wrongs of the past. The people who repeat the wrong of the past that caused them the problem, they are people who are ignorant. And many actors, some of them were even sucking breast when we're in the dilemma of the 14 years. So they did not understand the 14 years from 1990 to present, the dilemma, the catastrophe that we experienced. Some of the very people who are all around insulting people when you speak as a Liberian, where you are a citizen and it's your right to speak, some of them were even sucking breast milk. They never knew what happened here. So when you say something, instead of them to listen and learn, they refuse. But history tells us that history is a raw material for political science. Political actors must be people who must digest history. Because if you don't understand your history, when you're making political decisions, you have problems in your public policy decisions. So to be a public policy administrator, you must be somebody who understands the raw material for political science. And that raw material is history. And so you must know what went wrong. Where are we? Where do we intend to go? This decision is a revisitation of the factors of the dark ages of Liberia. And this is wrong. To weaponize a legal process simply because of a political agenda is counterproductive to the future of our country. People are following us. International actors are following us. Some people are operating, they don't understand. Why will you leave from here now? You start pressurizing people who are self-adjure, you go and go do something. You go rest something. You measure, you lie on the person. What is that? What is that? That this process is illegal. Samuel Twe is a free man. The fact that the brother speaks to it. And the jury returned that day with a not guilty verdict. And the judge himself in open court declared that you are not guilty. And henceforth, leave from the prisoner bench and world. You are a free man. Samuel Twe is a free man, along with Moses Cooper. And when we told the jurors that day in the final argument that today we start at the beginning of the documentation of the check and balance of our democracy to determine whether or not we go back or we retrospect or regress to our dark days, or you put in a check and balance on powerful power or powerful executive that will manipulate a political process under the disguise of legal proceedings. And we told them that when you make that decision to free the defendants, you will know when you walk out there, the country will be rejoicing even up into the money, and it came to pass. This is a joke. This is history. We call it the opportunity of history unfolding itself. The jury has spoken. The people have spoken. There can be no whims and caprices, naked brute forces that can overturn, or divert the decision of the unanimous, of the voluntary verdict returned by the trial of prohibition to prohibit the conduct of the judge. That does not mean we are discrediting the judge. No. First, we want to appreciate him, the manner and form he conducted the trial. This was a seriously, legally charged and intellectually engaging trial that he was able to manage it by the techniques and tactics of courtroom management to the extent that the case ended. To see the judge now, that we know with all of the caliber of lawyers that were before him, including a former Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, including a former judge of the ECOWAS Court, who was a lawyer before him, to conduct that trial in the manner and form for us to reach to the conclusion of that case, again, has up. But this post-disbandment of the jury investigation is ultra-virus, is illegal, is in violation of the law. And we don't want to believe that it is the judge that we know in the case. So that is what we have done today. There is a petition that has been filed today, and there is a stay order on that investigation, and we go to the Supreme Court to give our case. We have the laws in our favor. The laws are there. We just want to inform you. We're not fighting to influence any decision, but to inform you as to the developments that are unfolded there today and are unfolded. The next thing is this. These three jurors were asked in court, is this your verdict? The judge on every occasion in the trial told them, when you have any issue with anything that happened there, in the open court, tell me so we can address it. They said we have no issue. And we understand why all of these things are happening. Most of these jurors are public servants. We understand, we get intelligence that people are pressurizing these jurors in the places they work, and their jobs are under threat. And we don't believe in that investigation that are unfolding because it is an attempt to influence people over there to lie on people and to be fulfilled the wrong way as a propaganda machinery. The law is the law. The old age tradition of our country have said from almost 200 years on the existence of this country, from 1816 to present, in our jurisprudence, they said once the jurors have dispersed and resumed private status, recall becomes constitutionally dangerous and legally improper. In which case is that Des versus Belden, 579-2S40 in 2016, U.S. Supreme Court opinion. There are other opinions. There is an opinion in Liberia here where the Liberian Supreme Court said when the juror has returned a verdict of acquittal and there is a complaint of jury tampering, the judge should not disband the jury. Let us understand the gap there. When they return the verdict, they acquitted the man, but they are not yet disbanded. They stay under the jurisdiction of the court because everybody in open court. And a party makes an application to the court of jury tampering. The judge will stop that whole proceeding and conduct an investigation. That is the law. But when there is no complaint, while the jury have been pulled and then the verdict have been recorded and the parties have given thanks to the juror and they disbanded the juror and they go into their private life, you cannot, because it is issue of jurisdiction. The authority to call a jury about a proceeding in a February term of court is an issue of jurisdiction. The judge presently has no jurisdiction to review a proceeding of the last term, February term. He has no jurisdiction. He's a fine gentleman. He's a fine judge, smart judge, eloquent judge. But in this one, he's in error. He's in error. This is not with any disrespect to him. We appreciate him. We really admire him with the manner and form that he conducted the trial. And he did it well. Any attempt for somebody to come and impress on the court to reverse a litigation that has gone through due process consistent with the Constitution and calling for an investigation is an attempt to even ask the judge to undermine his own decision. And we as arm of the court will not allow that to sit here. And that's why we went to the Supreme Court. Let the Supreme Court speak. We don't want favor from the Supreme Court. But the Supreme Court must look at the law. That's what we want. And that's what the Supreme Court is all about. The law. Go and look at the law. They will look at the law and say, oh, yes, this is the law. And yeah, no, this is not the law. Finish. So that is what we call you for. And so on that basis, we want to say to you that we have filed a petition for the issuance of the writ of prohibition before the Honorable Supreme Court, and that there is a stay order on the investigation.
No, the Supreme Court has setting people on the house. The man don't know how to tell people. So there is today that the action of the settlement. And he think he was for the justice system of this country. So it is today that the Supreme Court don't know how to settle people. It's up to them. Let the Supreme Court know.
Just members for your lawyers. You should have pressed your legal team.
I do not work for the court. This court have been serving the house. This court, this Supreme Court have been serving the house. They don't know how to serve the house. It's up to them. When the country, I own a way coming. Look, Mr. Parker have.
What a wonderful way to say good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the program Face the Issues. And of course, we are grateful again to join you here this wonderful evening to talk more about our country, Liberia. Like we always say, this is certainly the only country we have. And this is a country that we can never be deported. Too many things happening in the country. Too many things happening in the country. Oh, yes. Like sometimes we see Liberia is an interesting country. And Liberia is getting interesting on a daily basis. Every day, new things happening in the country. Too many things happening in the country. How you doing? I guess you guys are doing so great. So great. How you guys doing? I guess you guys are doing so great. How was the week? How was the week? I guess the week was splendid. It was remarkable. I just hope that you had, an incredible week. And today we are, at the weekend. Yes, trying to welcome, to embrace the weekend and all of that. But folks, how are doing? Too many things happening in the country, as you may be aware. But like you always say, this is our country and we wouldn't give up. And it's time that we stand up. And it is also time that we speak up. Because if we don't speak up today, it means that we have to hold our peace. And things we don't expect to see. And there are definitely things that are going to be happening. And there are things we are going to be saying. That's why we got to speak up. And like somebody would say, silence means consent. Yes. Because there's something happening and you're just so quiet. You're not speaking up. You're not speaking your mind. So somebody could conclude that, yeah, it's okay. The person is satisfied. The person agree. So because once you don't speak out, it sends a signal that, yeah, you are okay with it. You are fine with it. That's why you are not speaking out. But we got to speak out. Too many things happening in the country. Liberia now is getting interesting on a daily basis. Too many different things happening in the country. So let's keep fighting for our country. Let's keep speaking up for our country. Let's continue to speak up for our country. The government getting interesting. People causing so many countries or ministries, they're causing people when you thought they cause you. And sometimes, oh God. The trivial issues, the important issues, the paramount issues are not being looked at. Yeah? The major things that happen in the country, nobody looking at it. But whenever you want to speak out about happenings in the country, then people start to bully at you. People start to criticize you. People start to call you all sorts of names. Only because you're speaking up. And it's good, it's not bad to speak up. But I'll be let's see. Let's go quickly to the roster. But before we go to the roster, let me add the stage the team from the diaspora. Prince Sharif, Leo Montgomery, they all here, and tonight, it's gonna be so great. And so let me add Leo and Prince to stage. Then we'll go to the roster and see who are those here to join us on this wonderful discussion today. So Leo and Prince, good evening and welcome. It's good to have you on tonight.
Good evening, my brother Newton. Of course, let me salute the General. Prince, good to see you all, man. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Let me say good morning, good afternoon to our listening audience via social media line, radio line, wherever you are listening to us from. I want to say thank you all for staying tuned. I look forward to having a very good discussion. It's all about Liberia. We all have one common denominator, which is Liberia. So it's always a pleasure to be here. And again, I want to say big thanks to Teacher Light for affording us the opportunity to come here and serve our country. Thank you.
Great. Prince, your turn.
There is absolutely no better place to be aside from this particular platform. Yeah, hello?
Prince, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You getting me?
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah. Hello?
All right, so I don't know what a Prince is getting us. Yes,
I'm
but we'll
getting
get to
you.
him
I'm
very
getting
soon.
you.
But just before Prince
Hello?
joins
He's
us,
just hearing you, Newton.
Yeah, I'm getting you.
or perhaps he's
I-
doing something because he's not responding.
He
No, I'm
is.
hearing you.
He's not
I'm
hearing
hearing you. I'm hearing you. Hello? I'm hearing you. I'm getting you.
Prince, are
Newton,
you
you can
there?
hear me,
Prince, are you
right?
getting us?
Yeah. I'm getting you.
I'm hearing you, Leo, but I'm not getting
Okay.
Prince.
Yeah, I'm hearing Prince as well. So
Yeah, I'm hearing you too. Also, Newton, I'm
yeah.
hearing you. I'm hearing you.
So maybe if it's okay for Prince to get out and come back in so that you can be able to
Okay.
hear him clear, is that fine? Or
I'm hearing Prince, can you get me, Prince?
Yeah, I'm getting you. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. I'm
He's
hearing
just
you.
hearing you,
I'm hearing you.
but you're not hearing him. But you can hear me.
Hello, Prince.
But I'm going to get out,
Yeah.
and come
Yeah,
back.
so
That's what I'm going to
William Jacques says,
All right, so Prince got out and he will come back.
yeah, okay,
on,
Prince,
okay?
yeah, Prince will join us. Prince will join
Yeah.
us. So let's go now. Let's see who are those here tonight, so we can talk more about our country. So let me see what can Prince. Yeah, hello, Prince. Yes, I'll add. Yeah, Prince, just come on. I will add you to stage. All you need to do, just come on. I will add you to stage. Yes. Once I see you at backstage, I will add you to stage. Yes. So just come on. So let's go quickly. And the first person here with us is Mawata Belete. She says good evening. And so let me add Prince to stage. Prince, you can get me now?
Yeah, I'm getting you. Are you getting me too?
Yes. You okay now? You are okay, Prince. I can
All
get you
right,
now.
fine. So, like as I said, there is no better place to be, aside from this platform where we inform our people, where we gave them the adequate information to confront the current day reality. It's always a privilege for us to be here, and we want to say glory to the Almighty God that has given us an opportunity to teach your light. Want to say thank you for allowing us, this opportunity to work along with your wonderful team. We extend our thanks and appreciation to His Excellency, President Dr. George Manuel Weah, for his continuous support and also, for his blessings upon what we do here. I want to say thank you to you, my brother and the wonderful team there. Liberia, is a nation that is blessed because of some of the sacrifices you people make. So we are grateful to be here. We will be here to discuss the issues. As we know, the executive mansion now have been turned into a cocaine hall, but we are here to educate our people. It's devastating. It is sad. A nation that was once referred to as the glorious land of liberty has become the glorious center for cocaine trafficking. But we are here. We are here. Honor Joseph Numa Boeka. Liberia is gradually losing its space and its place in history. It's just a sad day.
You're
but
right.
we are here to discuss this issue. But thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. I think more we also look forward to seeing William Bro could join us on the show tonight. So Leo Montgomery from the USA, we have Prince Sharif. They are here with me together. It's going to be intriguing tonight. So too many things. So let's quickly move on now. Let's see and who are those here tonight with us so that we can talk more about our country. The first person here is Mawata Ability. Following Mawata Ability, we have Abel B. Mator Jr., Stephen Yakiri. Yes, Stephen Yakiri. And we have George Woyan. Following George, we have Amos Nyele. Yes, following Amos Nyele, we have Cowboy Widow. We have Roland W. To. And following Roland, we have Oscar Zigbian. And following Oscar, we have Peter One Day. We have Miss Iris Slowert. And following us from New Jersey, that's NJUSA, we have Phoenicius Junior Bar. And watching from New Crew Town, we have Emmanuel Bro. Following us from Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA, We have Stanley Boso. Says, good evening. Greetings to the peace, love, and people of the Cocaine Republic headed by Cocaine Cartel Deacon Boakais. Huh? All right. Yeah, okay. So, following Stanley Boso, we have Tom Jency. Yes, Tom Jency. Following Tom Jency, we have Alfred Dennis. Following Alfred, we have Ebenico Ballard Newton. We have Linda Morris. We have Rita Hart. And following Rita Hart, we have Francis S. Jusu. We have Boklowi Sawi. Yes, Boklowi Sawi. Boklo, Boklo, W-E-E. Boklowi Sawi, yeah? I hope that's the rightful pronunciation, but I'm sure. I want to put it in syllable there. I'm putting it in syllable. So that's the rightful pronunciation. So move following Sawi, we have Bala Seba. Yeah, Bala Seba. Following Bala Seba, we have Bobby Jadier. We have Leslie. Yes, Leslie Lawe. Yes, Leslie Lawe. We have Forrest Cooper, Ambassador Harris, Wule Pele. We have P. Stevenson Joa. We have James Lamy, Myers Zawe, Samuel Brewer. Following Samuel Brewer, we have Momo Darling. Yes, Momo Darling Boy Rogers. Following Momo Darling Boy Rogers, we have Saturday Zongwe Wolowule. Following us from Atlanta, Georgia, USA, we have Rato Bloody. Following Rato Bloody, we have Kadiatu, BPK Kamara, Sylvester, and Adolphus Mo, Antonian Son. We have Longi Queen. Yes, Longi Queen. Following the Queen, we have Honorable Papi Success Keida. Following from Guinea, we have Abraham M. Kroma. We have Francis S. Jusu. We have Agatha Gasco from Tinkers Village, Soya Breed. Yeah, Soya Beach to be precise. We have Nya Yika and Felix. Yeah, Nya Yika and Felix. Yes, we have Fatu Konen following us from Agibi County, Kakata to be precise. We have Lovetta Bombo. Following Lovetta Bombo, we have Mash Kume. Following us from the USA. Yes, from Woodbridge, Virginia, USA, Makume. So yes, we following Makume, we have Ambassador Walter Bush Morgan Jr., Cecilia Lokin, Francis Jusu, James Hampton Thomas Jr. Following James Hampton Thomas Jr., we have Nathan K. Sale. Yes, Sale. Nathan K. Sale from Bernard Farm. We have Samuel Colley, Musa A. Sharif, Leo Montgomery, Leo that the chief, Leo, yeah, panelist, Leo. Then we have Juliet Onewere, Jacob Strand Carter. Yes. Following Jacob, we have Sion Porter. We have Juliet Onewere again. We have the Pele Governor Classic. The Pele Governor is following the show tonight from up Broad Street, Central Monrovia, or Ducal Hill. So we have Juliet Onewere again. We have William L. Jacques II. We have Joseph Morley Wally. Is Wally Kinder, right? Yes. W-A-L-E-K-E-N-D, Wally Kinder. Joseph Morley Wally Kinder. We have Vamuyan Conspicuous. Yeah. Vamuyan Conspicuous. Yeah. Vamuya Conspicuous. Yeah. Is following us from Garnersville. We have DuPont Hill. Following from North Carolina. DuPont Hill. Following us from North Carolina, USA, Philip B. Flomo, Maurice Sori, Zawo Vami, Patrick Kennedy, Maurice Sori again, Ayed Woye, Garrison T. W. Nangwe, Comfort Tonga Ja, Comfort Tonga Ja, Francis S. Jusu, Anchu Anticon, Shaman Chei, Yes, following Sherman, we have Junior Kegba, Sam F. Kwalawan, following from Kakata, Francis L. Jusu again. We have Marsh King and Theophilus Krayi. We have Bidia Joey, Kelvin Soko, the senior brother following us from USA. We have Amos Achi the second. We have Edward Moti, Marvin Farmer, Titus Masakwet, Francis Jusu, Monakra, Amos Kamara. Then the last but not least, we have Dauda Sharif from Pennsylvania. So, all right, Dauda Sharif from Pennsylvania. And again, the last but not least, because Lawrence just joined us. He just got in. So Lawrence Konoden, Lawrence Noden. Yes, Lawrence Noden. Knoden, Noden, from the USA. So thanks for joining us, folks. Let's now start the ball rolling. Like we said, too many things happening in the country, and Liberia is getting interesting on a daily basis. Liberia is getting interesting on a daily basis. So we have too many issues that we're going to be looking at today. Too many issues. We just, just touch them one by one, and then we can make your day here. Today, as you may be aware, the Temple of Justice of the Republic of Liberia issued the release of Prophet Key, Justin Opar-Yeson, commonly known as Prophet Key, following 6-month imprisonment at the Monrovia Central Prison. We'll bring you, let me see what I can add this video. You listen to Prophet Key. There were things Prophet Key said. Following his release, he was interviewed by schools of journalists from different media institutions. And Prophet Key said one thing. He said, Prophet Key said, I know what. Prophet Key said what? He has been rehabilitated, re-assimilated, and what? Relocated. Yeah. So Prophet Key said he has been rehabilitated, re-assimilated, and what? Relocated. Yeah. But let me bring you some of that video so you can listen to the prophet. So yeah, I definitely bring the video. But before I bring you the video, let me say this. I'll play the video. Don't worry, you'll listen to Prophet Key. Prophet Key also said he will continue his advocacy. And the reason for which he went to jail, it was because of the same advocacy. He's an advocate, right? Because he's been talking for the Liberian people, advocating for them, for the benefit of the people, and for the interest of the people. Perhaps along the way, there was some missteps along the way, in relation to the manner and form in which, sometimes, he approaches the issue and all of that. So those are the missteps along the way. He says, when they say, when they pass the Chief Justice and all of that. But this is our country, like we always say. We always prayed for the good things, not the bad ones. Nobody against justice. But justice must not only be done, but it must be seen to be done. Justice being done and seen to be done, they are two different things. Justice can be done, but it's not done the way it's supposed to be done. So justice is not seen to be done. When justice is done in a rightful form and manner, then justice is seen to be done. That's what we pray for. Sometimes when we sit on these platforms to talk about our country, the justice system, this other system, we want for the different systems in our country to meet a level where, other people will use us, will see us as an example. It should be standardized. That's how we want to see our system. That everybody will trust everyone will trust the justice system. That if somebody is going to the Pinsville Magisterial Court, whether the person is rich or poor, the person will have confidence in the court. The person will not have doubt about the court. The person will walk to the court with that trust, with the believability that yes, when I go to the magisterial court, when I go to the circuit court, when I go to the Supreme Court, I will be served justice, irrespective of my political affiliation, my religious background, my ethnicity. I will be served justice. That's the kind of justice we want to see in this country. Justice that handle issues perfectionally, legally, with due process, impartially. That's the kind of justice system we want to see in our country. And we see nowadays people try to, muscle free speech. That sometimes when people want to speak out, they're afraid. And that's not the kind of justice we want to see. I think this is our country. Freedom of speech is a fundamental human right. Freedom of speech. It's fundamental. The right to movement. Your right to life. That's why they have something and they call inalienable rights. Inalienable rights, honor, human rights are rights that are given to you by God. Take, for example, your right to life. It's an inalienable right. Only God gives life. So nobody's supposed to take your life away. So it's a fundamental human right. Your right to life. Inalienable right. Under human rights law. Your right to free speech. Your right to peaceful assembly. Unlike where sometimes we see, maybe under the current government, where when people decide, to assemble, which speaks to constitutionality, then you see the government want to muscle them, the government want to muscle and tussle them so that they can assemble. That's infringement. And most especially the form of government we practice in this country, democracy. Peaceful assembly is a constitutional right. Every citizen have the right. It's not disturbing. Once that particular right is not interfering with another person's right, they have the right to assemble. They're not blocking away. They're not burning buildings. They are not rioting. Why stop them? That's violation. That's the kind of system we want to see. That's why when you see some of us talking, discussing some of these things, it's not because we want to say it or we want to talk, but we want to see the system work the way it's supposed to work. The way we want to see it. And we want to compare our system to other systems. We want for people to believe in a justice system. It shouldn't have doubt about the court. They should walk to the court with that trust, with that confidence. And that's the issue with Prophet Key. Prophet Key, yes, we understand. That's why everybody said nobody against Prophet Key for going to jail. But why on the previous administration, Prophet Key didn't go to jail? Prophet Key insulted even President George Weah says yes. The First Lady, Madam Clark Weah, the very Prophet Key, and the very Supreme Court existed under the Weah's administration. There were Chief Justice, Associate Justices. There were Supreme Court. Why they didn't jail Prophet Key for insulting? George Weah, why they didn't jail him for insulting the First Lady? The Vice President, Joe Howard Taylor, he insulted. A lot more. Prophet King insulted several persons, government officials. And we as administration tolerated everything the Prophet King did. Even the Yahya Koluba, all of them. We as government tolerated everything. Unlike the United Party government, which is intolerant. The government does not tolerate such acts. And they were the very people, when they were in opposition, they supported these acts. Prophet Kikosi, Yahya Koluba, and Kosi here. When they were insulting George Weah, they were there, they were hearing them, they were calling them heroes. Jeremy Napier, the current information minister, there was one point in time he said, in fact, if Prophet, what's his name? Yahya Koluba, if Yahya Koluba and his mother, his biological mother, if the both of them contest in that district, he would choose Yahya over his mother, his mom. Because Yahya was insulting George Weah. Yahya was insulting people from the CDC when they were in power. But you people embrace it. Today, you have been embedded into it. You criticized it yesterday. You didn't criticize it yesterday. You held it yesterday. You encouraged it yesterday. You said it was good. But today you are in power. You said, no, it's not good. But for George Weah, it was good for George Weah. You supported that against George Weah. But it is your turn. Now you said, no, it's wrong. It's not good. It's not good in society. It is improper. You see the deception? That's insensitive. It is completely insensitive. It's wrong. But first, however, this is our country. So I'll hold you down and cross over to the team before I play the video. So Leo and Prince, any of you could come in.
Yeah, hey, Newton, thank you, man. Again, let me just say good evening,
Prince,
good afternoon.
Leo.
You can hear me? You can hear me?
Prince?
Newton, I guess Prince is hearing me. I guess you're not hearing me.
Yeah. I'm getting him. I'm getting all of you.
Prince, are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you. I'm getting you.
Hear each other, but
I'm getting you. Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, Newton. I'm hearing you.
The network is cracking.
Yeah,
Prince, are you there?
Get out and come back in. Newton, you get back in. Get out and come back in.
Newton, I'm getting you. I'm getting you. You are loud and clear, Newton. You are okay. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, Newton, Prince is hearing me. So let me continue. Good. Hey, again, let me say good evening, good afternoon to our listening audience. Well, when it comes to the Prophet Key issue for me, one thing that I'm happy for is that doing.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me now, Newton? Can you hear me? Let me continue. So, Prince, like I was saying, I'm happy that during His Excellency Dr. George Manuel Weah's regime, Prophet Key wasn't arrested. We had all means to indict him, bring him down, and get him arrested. He was in Morocco. The then president of Morocco was the friend of His Excellency Dr. George Manuel Weah, so it was easy to extradite that guy and bring him. But we are not up for having political prisoners and whatnot. But let me speak to more serious and important issue. Again, I wasn't here last week, and again, let me say thanks to you, of course, the likes of Onuda and the rest of the guys. We were out, we went to send off a brother of mine who passed on, and we want to bury him. So, I wasn't here last week because I wanted to just touch base on what a fantastic moment I had during our convention in Philadelphia. That was my first ever convention in attendance, attending a CDC convention. Look, I had one of the most fun, man, in my life. I'm telling you, Prince. I was opportune to have seen the CDC, the hierarchy, just the top hierarchy of CDC, the diasporan guys gathered together and working. Look, it's one thing when you see guys on the social media working. It's one thing. It's a totally different thing when you see them firsthand. And again, let me say big ups to my brother's success. We were able to elect a very fine leader, a diaspora leader, in our leader. I call him the chairman success, whose team I'm very happy to be a part of. Again, lastly here, let me say that I just don't say this because the brother is on here with me, which is a privilege to me, of course. But when people talk about Prince being a hard worker, Prince is a workaholic, I saw that firsthand. I saw Prince. Look, the convention has started, I stand to be corrected, on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And at one point, even when Prince spoke, you couldn't hear him. So what you just see on social media is different from what you will see. The guy is a workaholic. And when you see him, and at one point I said, brother, you gotta take a rest. But he said, no, Leo, on this. And again, I just want to say publicly, Prince, I salute you for the work that you do. And it is, like I said, it's upon you guys' shoulder that some of us are encouraged to stand up and do what we do for the party. So again, I must say thank you. That's by the way again. So back to the public issues here. Look, when it comes to this drug issue, my brother, our country is deep down in a hole. When we have a certain police chief in Gregory Coburn who has accused the entire government, the tapes are there, the videos are there. Gregory Coburn said the entire government is responsible for the drugs issue in Liberia, specifically relates to the cocaine issue. Gregory Coburn has not been called for questioning. You know what a serious country will do? Gregory Coburn will be called either before the House of Senate for query and questioning. You know who else did the same thing before? Mo Ali. Mo Ali accused the judiciary system of our country, the judges, for being corrupt and collecting money. And here comes Gregory Coburn. It was just few days before the drug bust, my brother, you will agree with me. The sitting president of Liberia was found in a nightclub where his son was performing. Fast forward only to come and realize that that same nightclub the president was sitting in, that there was a lot of cocaine in that particular nightclub. So no one will tell me, say, Gregory Coburn don't know what he was saying. Of course, Gregory Coburn knew what he was saying when he said the entire hierarchy of the government hands are in the cookie jar. Why has Gregory Coburn not been brought to the table for questioning? Because this is now serious government. Gregory Coburn said it. He said the entire government. Only for us to find our president in a nightclub, which few days later, the guys are being arrested for drugs. And look, like I always said, we are talking about $19 million of drug, but it's more than that. It's more than that. You know, Prince and Newton, I have called Teacher Light's show last week because I got certain intelligence about these Colombians and the threats they are making. These guys are not making empty threats. Jojo Boakai has something for this Colombian, for which the guys were on video threatening the president. And I said to Teacher Light, they give the videos as there. I said, Teacher Light, I'm getting some intelligence that there are few guys in our country, Colombian guys that are in our country. Teacher Light said, hey, for true, right within that same time, 2 callers call. They say, oh yeah, we see some white men in our country, because then I had cautioned that if you see something in your neighborhood, say something. Right within that time, 2 callers call, and a man and a lady said, what Leo is saying that's true. Some strange white men in our neighborhood here, and we want to believe that they are here targeting something. What is Gregory Coburn shielding? Lastly, before I submit to you all, one thing I noticed when it comes to this investigation, look, Prince, the guys are going around the bush, beating around the bush, knowing that the actual culprits, when it comes to this drug bust, these guys are going to walk free. Jojo Boakai, what is preventing our government of bringing Jojo Boakai to questioning when you can go and grab a certain speaker in a fine man for Natikofa and really call that man because you claim you have some fabricated witness against him? Yeah, your own police chief is saying to you, to the entire government, that the entire government hands is in this cookie jar when it comes to the drugs, led by Jojo Boakai. Do you think we have a serious government, my brother? What are we saying here? Gregory Coburn has threatened the government that when somebody, if in case he's going down, he is not going to go down alone. So I see people hailing the government, oh, you're trying. Look, it's a facade. This is telling us that, look, we are going to shield certain people because the drug issue got to go on. And we are going to use certain people as a scapegoat because we want to show that we are working. But at the end of the day, I submit, this is all a big fool. They are playing for Liberian people. But one thing I can tell you, we are not stupid here because Liberians have realized that this government, they are not only lying. You lie your way to get to the place, but you cannot lie your way to get to govern. For which His Excellency that George Manawe he himself has seen what's happening. He is more vibrant. He has gotten more courage to say, you know what, I must go and eradicate this drug issue from our country. And this man is being prepared for 2029. The Liberian people are calling him for the 2029. I'm asking everyone that's listening, this drug issue is not going to leave from Liberia. With this present government in place, not going to leave from Liberia. What are you telling me? Somebody that's selling the thing, he's telling me, say, oh, you go arrest one or two people. How can you arrest the layman, the underground man, but the mean guys at the top? You can't arrest and he's telling me, say, when I go out, I submit to you, Prince. It's just a for nothing show and it's going nowhere. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, my brother Leo. And Newton, are you getting us now? Are we loud and clear enough?
Yeah, very loud. You're loud and clear.
Okay, all right. Yeah, thank you. I think as always, it's a privilege, and let me just say hi to all of our family members who are trending in the comment section. The reason why today we continue to talk on this drugs issue and we have exposed the government is because of the resilience of these people that are here and in many parts of the world that refuse to accept anything in the name of leadership that is not of value, that is not of quality. And it's because you people continue to be objective and you have refused to accept what is wrong in the country. This is the reason why they are forced to, continue this. When we sit and look at what is happening, it is intentional. We said it from the beginning.
Prince, yeah.
When you have a leader or you have a president that does not have moral, that does not have value, that stand for anything, that take anything, my brother, get ready. The character of the nation will be ruined. Let me say this. Character is not the coat suit and the nectar or the grammar that you blow. No. Character is that particular, attribute that you exhibit when people see you or when people are not seeing you in secret, especially in secret. Does Joseph Numa Boyka have the character, the resilience, what it takes to lead a nation, what it takes to fight drugs? My answer is absolutely no. I'll give you an example. This man served as vice president for 12 years. With all of the experience, quote unquote, according to him, he gathered from government. When this man became vice president, after his tenure elapsed, where did he go to? We saw this man in Coastal basement begging for money. Begging for money. We saw this man here on Wu Lane asking people for money. Joseph Numa Boyka practically became a beggar. He was a beggar. So anybody who is at that level, at the highest echelon of the political ladder, and you can come down to the level of begging people like a Costa for money, going on Wu Lane and begging people for money. So what do you expect? The nation is vulnerable. During the time that Mr. Boyka was begging for money, he came in connection with these cartels. And let me tell you something. These cartels, they are not afraid to spend money because they look at the weaker vessel. They know that Boyka is somebody who will fall for anything. There's a man who referred to Costa as his nephew, the ego now land. So once he had that particular urge and he could not manage himself, at the end of the day, the cartel look at it as a means and say, well, but then we now find our own spot that at least we can give money to. So all during the campaign time, these people were the one that were managing this man. They was funding him. They were doing everything. So now that he has become president, the man got no option but to open up Liberia to become a hub. Can you imagine? The office of the executive mansion, that prestigious office that once stood and spoke for many nations that helped them to gain their independence. That particular office at the executive mansion today has been used as a cocaine hub. I don't even like to say drug, a cocaine hub, because drug is relative. You can, paracetamol is a drug, and aspirin is a drug, you know. But as a cocaine hub, now, relative to what is going on with Key, I don't want to waste much time on that, because the thing here is, my brother, this government is intolerant. That's what we said from the beginning. These people cannot stomach criticism. Why it is true, what he was on, you know, they were sponsoring him when he was insulting people around here, and they felt that it was a good thing. They clap for him. But yeah, it's it today. He is giving them a dose of their own medication. And now they are angry. This, that. But they speak of how intolerant this government is. This government is not willing to stomach criticism. No, that is not this government. That is not this government. This government is a government that is noted for using you, and at the end of the day, they dump you. Leave even Key. I don't want to talk about Key, but look at people like Mark Jabate. Mark Jabate, who was on the radio here threatening people, insulting and doing this, and insulting people murder. Mark Jabate is on record of insulting people murder because of Joseph Nima Boyka. Today, where is Mark Jabate? Some people can call him Mark Jabakao. Where's Mark Jabakao today? He has been kicked in the rear. No, let's leave him. Let's even go to our own brother, Amara Kone. Amara Kone were all around the place here and attacking the CDC-led government at the time. Today, where is Amara Kone? Amara Kone now, the people using media platform to cause a man to attack him. No, forget about that. Where is John Molu? John Molu that was all around here putting money together to see how best they can be able to. Where is he today? Today, John Molu, the people say he's incompetent or qualified, etc., etc. So this government, my people, is not a government that is noted for being very tolerant in taking criticism, in taking recommendation. It is just sad that today under this government we have political prisoners. Our brothers are in jail today. A case that they said people go burn executive, they go burn Capitol building. You burn Capitol building up to now, we can't get no evidence, but you get people, children in jail. But we can assure this government, we want to thank God that the CDC now has a different leadership altogether. A leadership that is very vocal, a leadership that, you know, will continue to engage. We can assure Joseph Numa Boyka and his gangster that this United States here, we that are here, will do our own. Liberians in Liberia, rest assured that those of us that are here, whether be a seditions, whether be a Liberians, whether be a people who are not associated with political party, but we'll go to the length and breadth of the United States to organize, to amalgamate forces, to ensure that this government is brought down to its knees, especially that it has getting involved in this drugs business. We are not doing it because we want to get down to our people, no, or we want to strangulate our people, but we must strangulate a government that is suffocating our people, the government that have used cocaine to be able to sponsor themselves. And that we will do. All Liberians in the US will not sit down. We will do that. We will organize and we'll tell the world that this government must be able to account for a diabolic action. So it is not strange, my brother, with the issue of Key, we are just sitting and watching it because they created a monster. So if they decide to reduce it, well, it's up to them. But thank you.
All right. So thank you, Prince. Thank you, Prince. Thank you so much. And so let's move next. We go have too many issues on our docket tonight to talk about. Let's move next quickly to the next issue. We're going to be very brief with this one. Then after this one, we're about to talk about, we will move to the issue that has to do with the appointment of the new LDEA director, acting director, retired General Daniel Ziankan. So let's move on. Over the weekend, not over the weekend, but some days ago, Bon County Senator Prince Moi, he made a statement that the reason they voted against the former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor was because under the CDC administration, she was in bondage. So predicated upon that, the only option they had was to vote against her, to campaign against her vigorously. That in fact they were able to free their sister, their mother of the county. She was under bondage under the CDC administration. Those were the exact words from the Bond County Senator Prince Moy. I will play you that video. You'll listen to him. And the former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor, she didn't sit quietly. She refuted and denounced the allegation. And she said she was never under bondage under the CDC era. If she was under bondage, most of the developments that went to Bond County would not have happened. Some of the initiatives that former President we are on took in Bond County under the CDC leadership. The rehabilitation of roads, increasing the budget of the Bond Technical College, providing scholarships, and the numerous appointments Bond County got under the CDC administration, ranging from Dr. Morgana Flomo Jr., who became agriculture minister, who was appointed by the CDC government, agriculture minister. You have Emmanuel Lomas, who was director general of the National ARCA, and we have Augusta Flomo, deputy minister at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning for Economic Management. We have Jim Double Sabo, assistant minister at the Ministry of Finance, and let's go on. And the CDC government was a coalition inclusive of three political parties. We had the LPDP, the NPP, and the CDC. So in Bond County, that's why everything that happened in Bond County, in terms of appointments, whatever that transpired, that happened in Bond County, it was through the recommendation of JUA. That's why, yeah. And that was part of the tripartite agreement. That everything, even when the NPP was putting up a candidate, if there was a slot in Bond County, it was the NPP that was recommending who to contest on that slot. It was not CDC. It was JUA who recommended people. So JUA said, why will you say, Moy, why will you say I was under bondage when I have my free will? The working relationship between me and my former boss was very cordial and magnanimous. Why would you say that? I was not on a bondage. I enjoyed the working relationship with my boss. Josh, we are. My budget was coming regularly. Everything a vice president is supposed to receive, I received it as vice president. All of the benefits associated with the office of the vice president, I got it. How was I on a bondage? She said it. Let me just play you a video so you can listen to it quickly. Yeah, so let me play you, let me bring you.
Oh, yeah. And that's why I'm very, very strategic in doing that. Wow. So as I sit, and we see a young minister here, and we see Joseph Mayen, young minister, and we see Candace Dolly, yes, and we see Serena Posey Mappy, and we see Martha Morris, and if you see DG Christopher Sankolo, the Deputy Director General of Administration and Finance at Adolphus Fopa, Alabra, yes, and you see all of those, and you see Polly, Assistant Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Health, Debbie Harris. I think the list long. And you see Dr. Luther, and Alexander Luther. And you see all of them. The president knows all of it. Bongade is the perfect boot. Bongade is a sweet state. And anyway you live, no far will move. Bongade will be the deciding factor. And that's why we encourage the see the football academy coming. That's why you see Nita and us collaborating to build a sport park in Pala. That's why you see the diagnostic center in Batwa. So you deserve more. We want to say thanks to the President of the Republic of Liberia for ensuring that Bon County is on the map in terms of development. I will not have any regret that we took our sister from bondage, from Vice President bondage, and tried to liberate the county. And next time our county is on the map in terms of development. I will not have any regret that we took our sister from bondage, from Vice.
And you listen to him, we don't have any regret that we took our sister from bondage as vice president under the CDC. Do you want to listen to him? Okay, let me carry back a little bit. Listen to him. That we don't have any regret that we took our sister from bondage under the CDC regime. Listen to him again.
That Bon County is on the map in terms of development. I will not have any regret that we took our sister from bondage, from Vice President bondage, and tried to liberate the county. And next time our sister will feel very.
So you listen to him. We don't have any regret that we took our sister for bondage. So I'll hold it there. Listen to the former vice president, right? Yeah. So this is our response.
Naked. You're not there here in front of yourself. We'll put it in front of your friend. What was done by Senator Moya as being naked and put one in and put the other hand in the back county, leaving one county and
Newton, I think that video is frozen. Prince, you can hear me? Prince, you can hear me? Yeah, I think Newton is frozen.
I think, yeah.
Okay, Newton is back on.
after 3 years in power, I haven't seen any significant work being done in Bon County. Most of what you see being dedicated is work that was started when the George Weah came. Yeah, maybe they have jobs that is given, but we had a lot of young people also in government at different levels. People seem to have forgotten that the Ministry of Agriculture was given to Bon County. Remember the story? After the minister got into the Ministry of Agriculture, he decided that he would take all of the projects that belonged to the county and put it in his private Cespress, I think was the name of the organization. And that's how he was removed. So it wasn't that Bon County didn't have opportunities. When it comes to Bon County, I believe all of us must put Bon County first. There's a saying here in Bon County that when you are in a situation and you are naked, you're not there here in front of yourself. We'll put it in front of your friend. What was done by Senator Moya and others, they took their hand from themselves as being naked and put one in Lofa and put the other hand in the back.
So let me hold it there. I just want us to be brief, right? Before we can move next to the appointment of the new DEA director and the suspended precinct superintendent Kolako issue. Will also look at it and all of that. So you listen to the former vice president, right? Yes, where she debunked Senator Moi's assertion that she was under bondage. So she said no, she wasn't under bondage under the CDC government. If she was under bondage, she would, most of the developments that went to Bon County would not have happened. It wouldn't happen. It would not have happened there. Because she had, that kind of cordial working relationship with her boss, the former president George Weah. That's the reason why those developments went to the county. And when you listen to the vice president talking about, you will not take your hands from in front of you and put it in front of another person. You know what the vice president meant by that statement? She was actually saying that, let's assume Bone County, we have a daughter from the county who is a current vice president with the CDC. Then somebody is coming from Nimba County. The people from Nimba County are supporting their own, right? That's why the Nimayans, they supported Jeremiah Kun because he's one of them. So they stood by him. So that statement indicates that the people of Bone County, because she's from Bone County, what they should have done to stand by her, that one of our daughters is the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. So Joanna would have been used as a bridge. Anything the people of Bone County wanted from the city's government, they would have used Jua. Because Jua is one of their daughters, it could be easy for development to troop into the county. That was what she meant. So don't take your hands from in front of you and put it in front of different presidents. You people supported Jeremiah Kun from Nimba County now. Jeremiah Kun is the vice president, your own daughter. You remove her, and today you're bragging about it, that you remove her, she was in bondage. What has Jeremiah Kun done? How is the vice presidency of Jeremiah Kun, how is it benefiting Bone County? What is it bringing to Bone County? These are the questions we need to ask. Well, if Joe had remained vice president under the CDC regime, but now I think Bone County will have gotten more. Jeremiah Kun will not leave his people, his kinsmen, people who supported him, he will not leave them to carry development to Bone County. That's why it's always good to support your own. So that's why Joa said she was not in bondage. So the decision by people in Bone County or those who voted against her, that was because of their own personal greed. And for me, that's my own analysis about Senator Moy's statement. Senator Moy, they didn't remove Joa on the basis of bondage. The reason why Senator Moy campaigned against Joa, Senator Moy had preferred to support somebody from Nimba County over the same person claiming to be a sister, our only sister, our mother Joa. Why would you say this person is your sister and the person is in position, but you campaign to move the person from that position and support different person? The general you live in the house. Somebody from that very house that you live. All of you people live together. And there's an election. The person who lives in a house with you is contesting for the same position somebody else for the nearby house is contesting for. But you choose to campaign against the person who the both of you live in the same house and vote or campaign in favor of somebody from elsewhere. What does it show? So everything that it did in Bone County, like Senator Moy, all of the campaign in Bone County against Joa, it was because of greed. It was because of greed. It wasn't about bondage. Senator Moy had thought this. Let me give you my own analysis. Senator Moy had thought if Joa would have become or continuously, if she could win, if CDC could win the second term, and Joa still remain vice president, Joa could be the face of Bone County. Senator Moy didn't want that to happen. Senator Moy today, as you see people calling Senator Moy the godfather of Bone County, that's the title. That's the title Senator Moy was fighting for. That he wanted to be the face of Bone County. That anything, before any politician goes to the county, they must say, well, let's call Senator Moy. Everything, all other political activities should be China under Senator Moy. So he didn't want for Joa to be in that position. He wanted himself to be there. That's just the reason. Senator Moy wanted to be the face of Bone County over Joa. And that was the reason. That's the simple reason. And you see it now. That before you get a job in the county, you must go to Moy. Before you eat in the county, you must go to Moy. Before you speak in that county, you must go to Moy. When you don't support Moy, you will not get a job. You will not eat. So Moy appears to be the demagogue in the county. That if you don't agree with him, you will not get a job. You have all of the credentials, you have the requisite qualification, you wouldn't have a job. Because why? You are in disagreement with Moe. So that was the reason. That's the reason for which they campaigned against Joao. But nothing. It was not about bondage. It was because of greed, political greed, political supremacy. Who should be the superior? Who should be the face of Bone County? Who should be the godfather of Bone County? I should be the one. It shouldn't be Joao. Because if CDC had won, Joao could be the face of Bone County. So Moe didn't want that to happen. Moe said, but I will fight against her. Because when Joao moved, if Joao remains in that position, my face will not be seen. I will not be strong enough. So the only way my face will be seen in Bone County is when Joao leaves. That's the only way. So it was not about bounty, it was about greed, political greed. That Moe wanted to be the face of Bone County. He wanted for everything to be channeled through him. He wanted to be the godfather of Bone County. That was the reason why they voted and they voted the former vice president. I want to play a video again. In terms of development, that's why Joao said, the former vice president said, that in fact, when it comes to appointments, there were people, young people of this county, I just named some of them, that were appointed at different levels of government. Besides that, we had development, we provided scholarships. We brought development to this county under the we as government. So listen to this. Let me give you another video. Somebody who supported, who was a campaign manager for the United Party in Lower Bone County. This person is now a commissioner of the second ODA district in Bone County. Listen to him talking about development under this very United Party government. To the extent he even said, everything they are saying that they carry development in Bone County, nothing happening. They should be fooling the people. Because they went to people, they campaign and they put their neck on the chopping board. The commissioner even said that we told our people that when you vote for Joseph Boakai, if development does not come to this part of the country, you should hold us responsible. We should be held liable for development not coming. So let me bring you the video. Listen to the commissioner, a city commissioner of the district, a staunch member of the United Party, who campaigned vigorously in Lower Bone for the United Party, Commissioner Kane. Listen to Commissioner Kane, and that's one thing I love about Commissioner Kane. He doesn't mince his words.
But Eddie, the problem of this country is very serious. Salah district is very serious, and the problem that you want to go solve is going all over Bone County. The Igbo stand strong to get the core of Bone County to get already, so that the coordinations, we should coordinate. When the local government, we should go by it. On the project, this government has told the people, I said this Joseph Boakai government will not get development, your whole or Mama Brim Mesa and are responsible, and I mean it. There are a lot of citizens around here who want to sign papers so there can be no representative, no more senator in this country. You see projects are all substandard. Because when they get a project, they go on there, they want to take some money. Some right in Flala Nana, they're trying to rush over it. This is why they want to dissolve the country. Something. It's a serious thing. I can sit before Senator Moe and tell him. In fact, I have been planning to meet him and tell him some of the things I'm talking about. The hospital is bad. But now the hospital should be a health center, but zero. Because Toyota point.
So let me just hold it there. Listen to him, right? That most of the development now, things are not working the way it's supposed to be. Most of the development that are going to the county there, under this very United Party, that way you listen to the commissioner, that under the Joseph Boakai, everything, most of the developments are substandard. The reason why those developments are substandard is because when the very county official, when they gave the contract to the contractors, they go there again, they will inflate the amount. Then they will go back to the contractor to receive share from that very money. The money that will be approved through the county development funds or the social development funds. The very county officials, inclusive of senators, representatives, they go back Let's assume if a building or maybe a health center is supposed to be constructed, and the amount is in the tune of 80,000 USD, right? And that money is already being approved at the level of the county development fund. When that approval is done, those very officials will go back to the contractor, the firm that won the bid to undertake the project. They will go back there. They say, oh, 80,000. Yes, we increase the amount, right? We have shared that. So give us certain portion. So you think if you go back to the contractor and request for certain portion of that same money, you think you'll be able to checkmate the contractor if they're not using the reform material? That's what happened. That's what the commission is telling you. That the campaign vigorously for the United Party. They went to their people. They went to different towns and villages. They encouraged their people to vote the Bouaga government. But most of the developments in the county, Bon County, are substandard. To the extent he said, I've even agreed to meet Senator Moy and even tell him, nobody should fool you. Nothing good happening yet. It's not easy and stop. He's a commissioner of the district, Salala district. Listen to him. So let's hold it there. Let's go to Prince and maybe just in a few minutes we can hold it and we'll move next to our next talking point. Prince or Leo, so any of you could come in quickly.
Desperate. See, the guys are desperate. The United Party has lost all relevance, right? This was an attempt to reach across the aisle to say, oh, our daughter, we need you back, oh. But then you went there on a smear campaign talking about you want to rescue the woman. You want to rescue? Are you kidding me? The most popular senator that's ever hailed from that county, from Bomi County, is a former Vice President, Excellency Joel Howard. So how can you get on public platform and say, "Oh, we want to rescue our sister"? Are you kidding me? The United Party has lost all relevance. Look, our just ended convention that we had in Philadelphia a couple of weeks ago. There were a few United Party that came there to pledge allegiance to the CDC. That's a breaking news. And Prince will be here to say it. The party is losing all ground from all forces. What you saw Senator Boyi was doing there, it was a way to say, oh, our minister, we lack relevance, or we need to kind of help and rescue. No, it's not going to happen. That's why I like the debunk that she came up with. She educated him, said, look, how can you come and rescue me when doing our regime? Majority of the workforce in Liberia were young folks. We made that happen during our regime. But you can stand on public platform and say, oh, if you need me back, there's a way to do that. But you can just speak to the desperation of the party. The party is irrelevant. The United Party is crumbling by the day. And so they are just trying to reach. They are trying to reach across. Of course, we know that our former vice president is a very educated woman, a very sound woman, knowing where to be. The woman knows where education is. She knows where development is. And she knows where freedom is. She knows what the common people need. So all that thing that Senator Boyi was doing now, that's why she came back. She said, look, you know what, I can see you guys for the hypocrisy. You guys are so hypocritical. At the end of the day, you come and tell me that y'all want to rescue. It doesn't even make sense. So I get that no credence. The guys are desperate. They are trying to reach out to everyone and everybody they can reach out to, but it's not working. They say the fish get rotting from the head. President Bouaga and his cronies and the guys that are working within his cabinet have destroyed the country. Now you are trying to reach out to people that have seen reason to say, you know what, I will stand with George Weah and develop our country. And then you come with a smear campaign, talking about the woman, this and the in bondage. Her Excellency, the former vice president, contributed to the far working Liberian people that you saw working, for which this president came and took out everybody. Every young folks that were working, that's why they were, of course, His Excellency Dr. George Manuel Weah was able to create it where young folks were working. When this United Party came, what they did, they put everybody down. How can a sitting president appoint a 96-year-old man or man who cannot even brush his teeth? That's why the old man falling on the steps of the executive marshal. And you come and sit here and tell me, Senator Moyi, I thought this guy was smarter than what I saw. I'm not surprised, really. The party is no relevance right now. The party is struggling. There are people leaving from the party by the day, bro. They will not come publicly and say it, but we know what is happening behind the scenes. Look, I was just in a convention. The party members, I was telling us, bro, I don't know, but I told us it's not late. The CDC party is a party that's open to everybody to come through. So, my brother, I'm not surprised, man. It's just an act of desperation, but I thank God for the former vice president who's very sound, who's very educated to see right through them and call it for what it is. It's a bluff, it's a charade, but the woman, she ain't going nowhere. So, say, boy, man, it's a dream. I hope you wake up from. Prince, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, from all indication, it's unfortunate that people will place their individual ego over the development of a region or of a country or of a nation. And that's what we just heard from Prince Moi. And we are not surprised. We are not surprised because this is somebody who is about himself, his ego. He should be at the center. It should not be about the county or whatever that happens. It should come from him. So they have prioritized individual over the county's development. So when you listen to him from the beginning, he talk about individual. Oh, the other individual through me. Oh, the other individual through me. And these are some of the most dangerous people that we have in our society, where people will prioritize individual instead of the development of the county. And I like the way I must commend the former Vice President, Madam Joy Howard Taylor, for her response. And this is how government official former should respond to these people. You cannot keep quiet because the mindset of these people, let's use the public, let's be able to, say negative thing about these people. Let's be able to just spew garbage in the air. And at the end of the day, if nobody responds to it, it becomes something that is fact, knowing our Liberian society. So that's what I want to commend Madam Joy Howard Taylor for VP for her response. And these are the kind of robust responses that we require from former government officials. That when people come to spill garbage, things that has no iota of truth in it, that you will not allow it to slide by. And you're listening to her, recounting on the development. She was not just talking about individual progress, but she was talking about the development that the county was able to receive under her leadership. I mean, under the leadership of the CDC, where she faithfully served. You listening to her attacking the issues of development, and you're also listening to a superintendent, who was speaking, and he spoke on the issue and spoke facts that this substandard development that is carrying there only because you want to do it because people say nothing happening, so let's do something quick. You're listening to somebody from the county, not from me, not from any other person, but someone from the county who is telling you that what they are carrying on is political. It's just a political show. So I want to say thanks to Madam Joy Howard Taylor for her response. And I think other, leaders in the past government need to follow that step. Don't allow these people to just say anything and walk away with impunity. Come to debunk it and provide the facts. It's development over individual. Individual should be the last, and the development of the county where everybody can benefit from should be the first. So I say kudos to Madam Joy Howard Taylor, the former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, for that brilliant response. Thank you.
Yeah, Newton, are you there? Well, Prince, while we wait for Newton to get his satellite going there, the strategy and the tricks these guys are playing. Right now, as we are seated in Liberia,
so we can just
you have a sitting vice president fighting a senator in Koga. That never happened under the CDC. Right now, as I'm talking to you, they are trying to fight for who is the son of the soil, and we all know who Koga is.
Yeah, certainly that's
political.
Political. Yeah,
but it's not working. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, in fact, that was the issue with Moi and that was saga. And that's the same thing happening in him right now. Political superiority. So everybody, the face of the county. So yeah, that's the political.
Yeah, Newton, I believe your system is down. But yeah, Prince, so that's what we are saying. I know the next topic that that Newton wanted to jump to, it was this new DA boss. I believe that's the next topic before we go to the line.
Yeah, sure.
Newton, are you there?
Yeah, sure. That was it.
But let me just jump kick and talk, because I just posted a few pictures in our chat.
Newman Boakai Senior has said Major General retired. Daniel D. Ziankan Jr. as Director General of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, LDEA, pending confirmation by the Liberian Senate. The action marks a decisive move that underscores his administration's resolve to intensify the fight against illicit drugs and transnational organized crime. A distinguished military officer with decades of experience in national security, Major General retired, Ziankan previously served as Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia, where he led the transformation and professionalization of the country's military following years of conflict. Major General Ziankan previously served as Minister of National Defense and, more recently, as military advisor to President Boakai, providing strategic counsel on national security matters. His appointment reflects the president's confidence in his leadership, integrity, and operational experience, and signals the administration's determination to elevate Liberia's fight against drugs to a new level. In his new role, he will report directly to the president in close consultation with the Ministry of Justice or the Minister of Justice. The president has also appointed Mr. Precious Rue as Deputy Director General for Operations and Mr. Prince Moba as Deputy Director General for Administration of the LDEA, also pending Senate confirmation. All three appointees have been directed to assume their duties with immediate effect in an acting capacity, pending legislative confirmation upon the Senate's return later this year. Mr. Ernest Tappet, who served as Deputy LDA Director General, returns to his previous assignment at the National Security Agency. His appointments follow the submission of the Ministry of Justice investigative report to the president and form part of a broader strategy to strengthen Liberia's institutional response to the growing threat posed by narcotics trafficking and related criminal activities. President Boakai has repeatedly declared that narcotics trafficking represents one of the gravest threats to Liberia's national security, public health, and future development. Under his leadership, the government has adopted a zero-tolerance policy toward drug trafficking, corruption, and organized crime. This policy has been accompanied by stronger enforcement actions, institutional reforms, and enhanced interagency cooperation. In a related development, President Boakai has indefinitely suspended former LDA officer in charge Fijera Biako from the Liberian National Police for ethical transgressions and has ordered that he be subjected to more detailed investigation. The president's decision follows a review of the Ministry of Justice report, which did not establish any involvement by Mr. Biako in illegal narcotics trafficking. However, the report identified ethical concerns that warrant further scrutiny to determine whether additional administrative or other appropriate actions may be necessary. Following a marathon National Security Council meeting, blah, 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 blah. So that's it. So Biako has been relieved of his post as head for the DEA. New president has been sworn in, and he has also been suspended for time indefinitely. So Ziankan is in, Biako is out. So that's it. So now, folks, this is it, right? Yeah. So Biako out, Ziankan in. So the question is, will this help? These appointments, the recent appointments by the president, are these appointments going to help the fight against drugs, the proliferation of drugs in our country, are they going to help? This brings to the number of four directors. Now, 4 directors being appointed. Yes, they appoint and remove. Almost like testing the waters, try and error. They put you there. They put people there. You don't perform, they move you. So Zianga is there. We don't know how long Zianga is going to be there and what's going to happen next. So we thought to just inform you just in passing quickly. We just talked about it briefly. And then we can move next to Kolako issue. That will be our final stop. Then we can make it a day. So it's up to you, Prince or Leo. Any of you could come in quickly.
Briefly here, I posted 1 or 2 pictures in our chat room. I just wanted to speak to the big brother Daniel Zanya, a man who I know personally. But look, I remember gone are the days when the United Party used to say all of our leaders, all of our officials were dull. And y'all agree with me here that these guys were all major platforms. That all His Excellency Dr. George Manneh, we are appointees in his cabinet. We're all dull people. This has come to vindicate our point that we were making. You can take all the accolades, but when it comes to His Excellency Dr. George Manneh, we are appointing people to specific offices. He knew what he was doing. His Excellency Dr. George Manneh was not a guy who would be all over the place yelling, "Oh, and I appointed person, and I appointed." But when he appointed somebody, it meant that that person knew the job they were working on. Let's speak to Zianga, a man who went to school here, military school here in the United States, ascended to the rank of a major general, a fine man that I know personally. So when we are talking about rescuing a country, what is Joseph Boakai going back to? He is going back to the very CDC and saying, you know what? I am wrong. I was wrong. I overlooked what you did. Now I'm coming to you to please help me rescue this country. I have put this country in a mess. I have put this country in a major catastrophe. The only way I can see this country rescue is for you, CDC, His Excellency Dr. George Manneh. Please let your people come on board and help me. That's what's happening. And Daniel Zanga is not the only one to name the few. So Joseph Boakai knew when it comes to Biago said, look, you leave me alone, let me get out of this thing. I said to the president, he said, let me recuse myself. The president said no. But the president was being he's saying, you know what happened? I cannot just let you recuse because that will be very open. It'll be a vacuum. Then he went back and said, no, let me go back to the CDC, crawl on my knee, let me crawl on my belly and beg them for them to release one of the finest to me. And that's why you saw my brother Daniel Zanga is. This is a man I know personally. I remember I was working on a project one couple of years ago in Liberia, and I reached out to him during the regime of His Excellency. And he said, come to my office. And we went there. We spoke. When I tell you a brother who is very disciplined in his act, so I'm not really surprised. This is a very decent man, and we know what he's done. And again, he's there to just get ready that His Excellency Dr. George Manneh, his former boss, will be coming. So everything I see Joseph Boakai, they are acting out of desperacy, but this has vindicated us again that we were running a very disciplined, a very sound government, and now they are proving to us that they cannot run this government without asking CDC for help. Thank you, my brother Prince.
Prince, are you there?
Yes, sir. So for us, we have series of concern, ranging one from the way this government is proceeding. This government is a BM government. They will choose to use people with the credential, people with the knowledge, people with the expertise, and at the end of the day, undermine them. We are not surprised that today somebody like Zianga can go to that particular office. But again, we think that this particular government, because of a nefarious and dubious act, they already have people planted in the system. It's not about the individual, right? It's about the willingness of the government to support that individual to succeed. They can take anybody. They can even take a scoutmaster from Simeri to 25, you know, where I began my scouting career from, and to serve at that particular capacity. That person can succeed if they have the necessary support and the willingness of the government. That person can succeed. But what we have been seeing from all of the people that have been through that place, we have seen an unwillingness on the part of Mr. Boyka to work with these people. Some of the people that have been there, they have good ideas, they have good points, but unfortunately, Boyka is using that particular LDEA to sponsor himself to bring in cocaine. So at the end of the day, whoever that is placed at that particular place, it is just unfortunate that they may have all of the credential, but unfortunately, their work will be undermined. Their effort will seriously be undermined. So it is not a strange thing. Like, you know, our brother said, these were people that they condemned. Mr. Boyka said, nobody that worked in the CDC government was competent, was qualified. They were all unqualified people. They were incompetent. They knew nothing about governance and government and etc. etc. But here is it today. This government is now going back. It almost like somebody say, you know, a dog that regurgitates, you know, that's how it behave. It just go out and go back to the same, you know, regurgitation. You know, I don't want to call it being the warrior before maybe somebody eating and listening to all with find some kind of way. But we all know the behavior of, you know, of dogs. They will be able to sunny, then they go back to it. So this is what happening. The people who you condemn are the people now you're looking up to for help. But hey, I can say this for sure. Judging from how this government has been operating, his effort at that place will be seriously undermined because they have already put people in place who will continue to, you know, perpetuate their cocaine act. They will undermine his effort, and at the end of the day, he will leave down there as a man who is, you know, they will ruin his character or his moral, like what we are seeing with the NSA. You have Prince C. Johnson at the NSA. But look at the NSA, there has been the first time where the NSA, people in the NSA, they are engaged in sodomizing people. People in the NSA engage in cocaine business. I mean, all kinds of things happening. So, you know, for us, that is how unfair, and we know that you cannot underestimate this government when it comes to doing such a thing. But, you know, that's just all from our own end, you know, on this matter.
All right. Thank you, Prince. So let me see. Let's go now to our final stopping point, Kolako issue. Let me see what I can read it out from the phone. It says Jackson Kolako. I want to share it on the screen, but I don't know. It's not appearing here. I want to share it on the screen. But let me see.
If it's not appearing, just read it. If it's not appearing, just read it.
Yeah, so I read it from the. So it says the Jackson K. Kolako, Deputy Superintendent for Operations at the Monrovia Central Prison, has publicly questioned the evidence behind his recent arrest and suspension, insisting that he acted to protect prison security and prevent a possible inmate escape. So this is letter inmate escape. Kolako said he was arrested by the Liberia National Police officer around 2:00 p.m. on August 4, 2026, while on active duty at the MPC, allegedly on the order of Siafat Ban Kamukai, who accused him of obstructing a lawful security operation. According to Kolako, the incident began when two individuals claiming to be National Security Agency NSA agents arrived at the prison wearing prohibited clothing and allegedly refused to properly identify themselves or enter their information in the prison visitor logbook. He said two senior prison officials subsequently arrived and overruled established security procedures to facilitate the visit, prompting him to contact senior prison authorities, including MCP, Chief Superintendent Colonel Roosevelt Vanning, and Assistant Minister for Corrections, Gabriel Faya Nambola. Kolako said both officials expressed surprise and indicated that they had not been informed about the visitation. He further alleged that when Kamukai arrived at the facility with several police officers, it ordered Kolako's arrest. Kolako said he avoided that confrontation because he feared His arrest in front of prison officers could provoke resistance and potentially create an opportunity for inmates to stage a mass escape. The prison official said he was subsequently taken to LMP headquarters, where he remained in custody from August 1st to August 7th, without the police taking a statement from him. Kolako also alleged that on August 3rd, senior prison officials, 2 NSA agents, and an LMP unit compelled him to have his mobile phones brought to police headquarters and provide the passwords. He said his phones remained in NSA custody until he was released. According to Kolako, investigators later accused him of being connected to a drug cartel and receiving substantial financial deposits from alleged drug traffickers. He said no evidence was presented to him to substantiate those allegations. On August 7, he said he was released from LMP headquarters and was subsequently presented with a suspension letter accusing him of disrupting an ongoing inmate interview involving an external security agency. Kolako questioned why he was referred to the police instead of being handled through the Ministry of Justice established disciplinary process if the matter was strictly an administrative offense. It emphasized his long service in public institutions, including 9 years of classroom teacher, 3 years with the National Transit Authority, and 12 years in law enforcement, saying he has maintained an unblemished record despite earning no more than $224 in net monthly salary. As the investigation continues, Kolako specifically identified Sefat Ban Kamukai, Lawrence G. Balin, Samuel Lenz Jasper, and Raymond A. Mizan as individuals who believe should be closely examined in relation to the incident. And also the appeal to the Minister of Justice, NSA, Minister of National Defense, the Liberian National Police, the United States Embassy, and all the relevant authorities to consider transferring inmates detained at the MCP in connection with the multi-million-dollar drug case to a secret facility outside Liberia while they await trial. So blah, 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 blah. So that's it. So Kolako said, why on D-Day he saw 2 men. 2 men they were in a shorts. You're almost a boxer. Yeah. They went to the prison compound. They said they want to have access to the two foreign nationals who were, in prison. Yes. They said they want to have access to them. So Kolako had requested them to record their names, their information, their particular in the daily log book. The daily log book is a book where if any visitor or anybody goes at the prison compound, that maybe like they went there, like the 2 individuals who claim to be NSA agents, like they went there. So there's a book there. You should record your information just in case of anything. So then they will use that particular information to trace you. That 2 individuals came here. These are their names. These are their identities. These are their particulars. So everything's supposed to be in our logbook. What are you, NSA agent? NSA agent doesn't negate the fact that you can't record your name there, right? Though you're not exposing yourself, yeah, blah, 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 but yes. But yes, I think it's confidential, that book there. Yes, NSA agent, granted. You fail to identify yourself as NSA agent. You fail to record your name. But why? Let's assume that you don't want to record your name. Why couldn't you to just show? The man is a big man there, right? One of the superintendents. Why couldn't you just show your ID card? Yes. Oh, Kolako? Yeah, here's it. Yeah. The man who gave you entry. You go do what you're supposed to do, but they failed to do so. And they said Kolako in First Element took money, took the people phone, they gave him money. That was the first information that came out. So this is it. And Kolako did stop there. He said in his concluding statement that in fact he's appealing to the U.S. Embassy, all relevant authorities, that those people who are allegedly involved with the 270 million drug case, they should be transferred from that prison compound to elsewhere, or else he foresee prison break or something like that, because he has vast experience. He has worked there for several years. He understands the in and out, the do's and don'ts of prison operation. Yes. So you take them from that. So now the Minister of Justice took decision now to suspend him to stand down. They say he should stand down. And the Citizen Kolako said, what they said? They said, what's the guy? Leroy. Leroy. The owner of private bar. And they say the man broke jail. And about we hearing is the Leroy broke jail. That's what we hearing again. So that's it, man. So Prince and Leo, you guys could just come in quickly because it's 10 now. Just go.
Shortly here, look, what those guys again, it was a prison break attempt. And you know, those guys had a getaway car and all. There was a getaway car. The intent was to just start shooting, open the prison because those two guys that were arrested, the Colombian guys that were arrested. But you know what Kolako said? Those guys that came from the LDA office, so-called LDA office, they said they were giving a message from above. Somebody from the big man office sent them. But guess what? Kolako did what was right, and you arrested a guy. But it was going to be a chaos in that country, bro. But you know what the guys were attempting to do was to shoot up every prison door in attempt to free those two guys. Where you having murderers, you having all kind of crime rapists free in the streets of Monrovia. But we'll just take our hats off to Kolako for doing what he did. And again, this government has no way of fighting anything. So what it will do, it will continue to make our country in more chaos. That's all. But thank you. Go ahead, please.
When we say to our Liberian people that this government is undermining itself and that everything that is happening with this drugs business is intentional, sometimes people think that we are saying it just out of ignorance. But this is just what is happening. Government intended to carry on a plain prison break at the Monrovia Central Prison that have been exposed by one of its own. These are the things that we're talking about. A plan by the government to disrupt the entire process. Look, this is not strange. We continue to say. But again, we are just grateful that people are speaking out. This is how they lie on people's name. And that's why I said from the beginning, like what the former VP did when, you know, Prince Moise said that thing about how she came up and said, no, this will not rest. And I want to thank Kolako, because what we are hearing from people like Kolako, is what people should be doing. You know, but again, we just thank God that people are speaking out and people who are within the system. Thank you.
You're right. Thank you. So we're about to go to the phone lines now and pick up your calls to get your interaction on the show tonight. And the guys from the Ministry of Insult, right? We get one ministry in the government, under the United Party government. They call it the Ministry of Insults.
The Ministry of Insult and the Ministry of Course.
The Ministry of Marcos, the Ministry. Then you get one deputy minister there who have been insulting Joseph Boakai before he came to the United Party. When men have been ready, all kind of things. They're causing a very Joseph Boakai today. He seems to be praising today. So now, but I know I like, but Simon Freeman said Joseph Boakai appointed Zokos to one ministry there to be cutting people, decent people in society, and I like that. Yeah,
of course. Look
but you saw the President Boakai went to go see the man. I know that documentary. He went to the Ministry of Information today. So it means President Boakai is impressed with the insults. Those guys continue to read on people, professional people, educated people. People are far educated than them. Yes. People who someone they can even live with and feed them, they and their families. And those are people now they are insulted. But there's a kind of government, very insulted, irresponsible government. So let's go to the line. Yo, what is this? Was it part of the what? Which picture is there?
Oh, this was I just got through having a conversation with him at the time, and I was heading back to Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 077-223-9933, 077-98-0375, 0886-3044-97. We can take few calls. Keep your calls coming in. 077-223-9933, 0877-98-0375, 0886-3044-97. So keep your calls coming. And let's go to the line and pick up our first caller yet from the women's line. Just brief, no time. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mr.
Good evening. What's your name?
Good evening to the panel in the U.S. Mr. Bar, calling for justice, the member of Concern Library for Justice. Mr. Thank you very much. Mr. If I was something, listen to school, you know, listen to the network, then get a poo toilet to the.
It's shit on the
Yeah.
It's shit.
Sorry, you want to get comment I want to talk again, that's great. First time you say they play foul on the scooter. No, let me tell you, where Primoy stay in Bon Country, it was great to Primoy. You can't, when you say, oh, Joao, in moving Joao Taylor, or in power, you put in somebody else on Lima or local country put in power, that the thing with the great gilet for start is special. Now we're going there for start, you don't do. That the reason drop 1 ton on the tree. We said we're not staying here for evil or put it beyond all. And the reason we go for our sons. She voted for you over 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? Then the Bon Country people, your daughter. He's not talking president. We are in Bon Country. We made it. Both development territories. Cannot say. They're putting money in the town. Not to you. So, for against the man. So, Jerry, I'm going to see you now. See how Bon Country looking. See how Bon Country looking today. And put money there for each other. What Bon Country benefit today? What is good for them? Let me tell you, it's good for them because we say 2023. How you will vote against your own daughter for Lima? What is that? And that the one with the side people came to you. Let me tell you, that's why we are saying we are not get all the side people go. You get the report job for the country that was strong. Then you certify all the second time.
Okay, let's hold you there. No time. We got to go. Let's move to the next caller. 0772 23 99 33 0777 98 0375 0886 30 44 97. Because of time, we'll just take few calls, then we can make your day on this presentation. We can make your day on this presentation because of time. Time has caught up with us, and we got to go. Radio. But this country is interesting anyway. Liberia is an interesting country. Liberia is getting interesting on a daily basis. It's not easy. So I'll take maybe at most 5 calls if we can. I'll take 5 calls, then we can just cross over to our panelists because of the time. And yes, for their pattern comments. So the numbers once again 0772 23 99 33 0777 98 0375 0886 30 44 97. Just move back to the women's line. This person is right here. I don't know. Hello. Oh, the person slipped off the line. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Sir.
Hello. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Chrissy Conan calling from Afia with COA community.
Yeah, Chris, go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you quickly. No time.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on discussion. You know, for the comment, but only 14, but it's for the whole yesterday to my certain area, I was sitting a police officer. They went and arrested someone, so they settled that case. In settling that case, they requested for money. The 2 guys there. Right for me, the other guys are asking in the next. The other one say, oh, they get our sonny. The other message, boy, the way I get traffic, they get our sonny. If for me, they are passing. I thought I was calling and they were passing, sharing the money onto them. I care. Because somebody gets to me.
Yeah.
It's going to get all over hustling now.
It's shit. You're not easy. So let's move here. Thank you, my brother. Hello. Hello. I'm okay. What's your name?
I'm David. I'm calling from Freetown.
Yeah, David, go ahead. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, my brother. I keep urging all opposition community, most especially the main opposition, the Mate Congress for Democracy, the main come until 2029. My brother, I keep telling you and the opposition that we are in a serious mess. So let us come until 2029. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. We can take two more, then we cross over. Let's go to the women's line. Hello. Hello. Oh, we lost this person. This person slipped off the line. We can take two more calls, then we cross over. This person. Hello. The women's line. Hello.
Hi, Tomasa.
I'm okay, man. Cecily General. How you doing?
Thank you. I am Bali Mapa.
We're trying. Thank God for life.
We say hi to my son Prince in the diaspora there. So the code gives me hard time. We'll get a little bit of vision for our country.
Okay.
No, those so-called that will get in power call themselves comment. They're not government. They just issue talking about it. They can place it and they lie. They are in the cooking jar. The Lord metal or the hour he brought in the hour told us that this man was giving 10,000 and he told 8,000. So it's about 40 jobs that he put there down and go for investigation. All they do, they're playing around. The military play what the man say you are putting people out. They say there's some players in the government that are here in the job business. They make it fun. They make it fun and joking. What was saying Maggie all over the place. It be a Maggie, in Maggie friend. So they can't bring Maggie out. Your own son. God just started our country and connected everybody. Then they met be a boss. Everybody knew everybody, every ministry, everybody knew everybody. And then I so was when they say that what you want interest out of that people. What you want interest, let's go and apologize to that man. Then someone be a boss. Who to all the children, 3 broadcast song for the head. Just everybody is that. And they say, we'll put it there. So they brought the other boy put it there and say we're 40 jobs. They put 40 jobs, they put their cross cartel. They went for here and there, holding money for trust people. Now they brought jobs in our country. And they brought a job, we have jobs. But they put one and they put one guilty and left and they brought a job. So they see that they say, oh, who brought a job? Now who want no, now who want for them? Now who want for them? And they see the 40 then they say, oh, who brought a job? Why get it come out 10? They call it this. They pay and be a call it for me. They know them. Who get name them and spread it to the call with a bottle all day. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Sisi. Let's move to the next line. Hello.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Edmo. It's good to have you on Edmo. Yeah, Edmo, good evening. It's good to have you.
Let me say hi to our panelists in the US and great show. You know, and this is Edmo and you know, we said the last time and that the Unity Party are now tapping into the anointing of CDC. That is going for those that participate in the government. Yeah, our government. And people were saying, oh, we said the guys are our project. You know? But what we were saying is that when these people were appointed by us, they said they were not qualified, they were not working, they were in error, the government was failing, and all this kind of stuff. So going back for them now, it was just necessary that we will have to make the statement that they were our people and they are our people. But they just came from our government. But you see what is happening? Nothing going to change at the DA because what the RG said, the brother is fully qualified. With his military experience, all of those things, all of the error that he has said, but because it is clear that the drug issue in this country, higher or are associated with it is difficult for him to succeed there. And this is why they brought one of them to make her operational lady. So that since she is an operation, when she go on the field, she'll be able to cover all the information for them. You know. So we pray that the integrity will be protected because when you win the Unity Party government, very soon your integrity is raw in the mouth. That is our fear that the integrity will be protected. And the issue about the draw, we are not going to rest. We continue to push it, whether they put it under the carpet, but thanks be to God, they themselves confirm it, although we knew all of the security agencies from the United States of America are intern and doing their own investigation and made that report to the government. So even how much they will try to cover it, but the international panels that are here, they will not cover it. The two will come up. We will know. They will tell you what they are talking about. They say, oh, we brought 2023 get here, but because we lost the election, that is why your government is taking away all the kind of stuff. We will see. The people will not have anything. The inflation will come. So we say close to all and not keep pushing. No time for complacency. The Unity Party government are now suffocated, and it is the time I will keep beating them while we gradually move towards the liberation of Liberia. Thank you, brother.
All right, Edmocard, thank you so much for your participation. Yeah, let's keep pushing. Let's keep fighting. Now they are suffocated. They can't breathe. Yes, I like that. So let me leave you with this teaser. Y'all listen to Simon Female. What Simon Female has to say. Listen to what he has to say about the Just Q. All I can say is Just Q. You got a Just government. It says Just Q, not rescue. It's Just Q. The cooking government. So Simon Female says something.
What does Boyka do? He hires some Zogos that he places in one place, and when you say something, but what does Boyka do? He hires some Zogos that he places in one place, and when you say something, instead of dealing with the content of your deposition, they insult you. And that's the system. So what happens? But what does Boyka do? He hires some Zogos that he places in one place, and when you say something, but what does Boyka do? He hires some Zogos that. But what does Boyka do? He hires some Zogos that he places in one place, and when you say something, that's the system. So what happened? It's like the ignorant people are Boyka do. But what does Boyka do? He hires some Zogos that he places in one place, and when you say something, instead of dealing with the content of your deposition, they insult you. And that's the system. So what happened? It's like the ignorant people are celebrating their ignorance, and whatever you tell them, they come and insult you for saying what you said instead of being open. So the question the next time Boyka calls a press conference, if he can even ever talk, because that battery is giving him trouble. Yeah. So whatever it is, tell him, say, why aren't you open to the opposition, and why do you have Zogos that you have insulting people that are recognizing missteps in your governance? And you can see those who even argue that opposition is weak, it's making a terrible mistake. Left with this government, the whole drug issue would have been buried. We've kept it alive. We've spoken about it. The only difference between we and them is we don't go and lie. Like they say $100 billion was missing from Liberia. We are in his government when they brought in more Stevens and other companies from America. This government has not been able to say, look, we turn over this entire drug investigation. To investigate, the Europeans will be more than glad, because the drugs that come to Liberia is not headed for America, it's headed for Europe. The drugs from America comes out of South America straight into America. When it comes here, they're looking for a gateway into Europe. So, but what does Boyka do? He hires some Zogos that he places in one place, and when you say something, instead of dealing with the content of your deposition.
And of course, yeah, I love that. So yeah, the Zogos. So the Zogos are there. Some Zogos are there at the Ministry of Information. Yeah, that I see people. So what does Boyka do? To hire some Zogos and put them. So they don't judge you by the content of your disposition. They insult you. They insult you. Yeah. So the Zogos are there. So we'll go. Let's cross over now to our team. We'll cross over to our team for their pattern comments. Bill.
Yeah.
You want to take the lead?
Yeah. Again, let me say thank you to our listening audience via social media, Radio Land. It's very good to be back. It's good to be back. I was away for the last 2 shows, but it's good to be back. Thank God for His grace. We also want to say thanks to Teacher Light for always affording us the opportunity to be here and speak on issues. Again, of course, you to my brother Newton. I saw your call the other day, but man, I had to leave my phone in the car because I was up and down running funeral, man. Yeah, and I know you saw the video, so yeah, it wasn't intentional, my brother. And of course, Prince, man, it's good to see you back here. I look forward to being back here on Friday to do the people's work, man. It's been good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leo. Thank you, Prince.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, my brother Newton. It's always a privilege. And like we continue to say, I'm sorry sometimes when you're hearing a distraction from the back is because we're doing plenty things. You have to, sit the family, everybody got to share the space. So I'm sorry for sometimes the distraction from the background, how to keep going, coming in, because I have to check. But the cogent issue here is that Liberia is bleeding. We are retrogressing on the progress that have been made by His Excellency President Dr. George Manuel Weah. That freedom that we once had, to be able to critically, people will say, to criticize government, walking on the street without looking over your shoulder, that particular component is out. Today, we have the executive mansion that is being used by Mr. Joseph Nyuma Boyka as a drug hall. It is no longer a place that will represent the interest of the Liberian people. This man took an oath. He swore to defend and protect the Constitution, but unfortunately, it almost like he took an oath to abuse and be able to, infringe on the rights of our people. Today, as we speak, we are seeing what is happening in Solombe, in Lofa County, where, in fact, the Guinean government have even advanced further. They have leave from their initial position and has advanced further, into the Liberian side, thereby depriving some of our people who use that land for farming and to sustain themselves, leave them deprived of that particular opportunity. Today, you have a government where when people objectively put at issue, Daniel Sando, Newsent, and the puppet will use the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism platform to insult people. And it is not strange because Joseph Nyuma Boyka has endorsed it. If not, we're going to see a cogent action. But to have an old man in the executive mansion who should be setting morals will sit down and be mute while people use the Ministry of Information to insult serial political leaders. It's just unfortunate. But again, we will continue to do what we're continuing to do. That is to inform our people on our various platforms. Thank you again, my brother Newton. Thanks to Teacher Light and to the great team of Kings FM for giving us the opportunity to be part of this family. We'll do what we can do. But until we meet again, catch us under the Palava Hut. Few minutes from now, we will be on there. But thank you, my brother Newton. Thank you for everything. And thanks to our people who continue to support and to follow what we do. On this note, my brother, I want to say it's over to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you, Leo. Thanks to all of you folks. That's all the time we have to be here with you. And many thanks to the Antonio Law, Abraham St. William. He will be up Monday for the Monday's edition of the program, Face the Issues. Thanks to you for always being there, following up on the issues about your country, Liberia. And like we always say, this is certainly our country. This is the country that we can never be deported. Let's continue to speak up. Let's continue to fight for our country. This is the only country we have. And definitely, nobody will fight for us. We got to fight for ourselves. Nobody, absolutely nobody will fight for us. Let's keep fighting for ourselves. Let's keep fighting for our country. So, and yes, I think somebody was talking about sponsorship. Yeah. Yes, we're also soliciting sponsorship. Whoever want to sponsor the diaspora edition of the show, and we'll be here. I'll post my WhatsApp number in the comment section. Yes, I think somebody was sending me text talking about sponsorship. Maybe somebody, because there are people who are sponsoring the show sometimes. Yeah, some people volunteer, say yes, I want to sponsor the diaspora edition of the show. We'll be providing scratch card to reach out to get information. Yes. Every week we have to be here. So that's a good idea the person brought. So yes, and we are open. And I'll post my number there, my WhatsApp number. You call me. And yes, we are actually soliciting sponsorship for the diaspora edition of the program, Face the Issues, to reach out to our team. We have to go out to get the information. Yeah, God will sit, we wouldn't. And that's a good idea. I appreciate all of you, right? Yeah, so I'll post my number in the comment section. So we have Google people here. We have, yeah. So, like I said, thanks to you, and thanks to Prince, thanks to Leo. for being with us on to this edition of the program Face the Issues. We'll be back here next Friday to talk more about our country. Many thanks to Anthony Abraham St. William for always being there, for always giving us the time to sit here and talk more about our country. We are grateful. We are elated. We are humbled. Yes. So humble, and it's quite remarkable, right? Yes, quite incredible, remarkable. We really, really appreciate you. Yes. So let God continue to guard and protect you and the rest of the family. Anthony Abraham St. William. We really, really appreciate. And we appreciate all of you. For those in Liberia, our callers, those in Liberia, those in the diaspora, we just so grateful to all of you. And you guys are doing extremely well. Yes, you guys are doing so well. Thanks for the support, the little support you continue to do. Whatever you continue to do to chip in, we're so grateful. And that's why we got to keep fighting together. We got to keep working together for the betterment of our country. We never underestimate anybody because it's not good in fight to underestimate. You never know what happens. Nobody knows what the future holds, right? Sometimes it is the unexpected hands that lift you when you fall. The hands that you don't expect. Sometimes the hands that you expect to help you, sometimes when you fall, those hands are not able to help you. But the one you don't expect, those are the hands that come to your aid. Those are the hands that help you, the unexpected hands. So don't ever underestimate anyone. And you never know, what that person is going to turn into, what that person is going to, transition to tomorrow. So it's always good to respect everyone, irrespective of the person's status. Yes, but never done. So that's all the time we have to be here with you. My name is Newton Tukba. Thanks ever so much. Have yourself a pleasant weekend. Yes, we'll be back here. So let me see what I can put my WhatsApp stuff. Yeah, somebody asking for WhatsApp number. And for sponsorship of our show. Yeah, we'll be so grateful. So I just want to tap it in quickly. Then we can see. Yeah, 77. Yeah, so that's it. So that's it. Okay, 83. So okay. So I want to get it there quickly, the WhatsApp. So yeah, so you can just get to me, just send me a text. Yeah, we can chat on my WhatsApp. So that's why I'm posting it in the comment section there. Yeah. Yeah. So as you can see it there, trying to have it there. Yeah. So okay. So here we go. So I think you can say it, huh? Yeah, so the WhatsApp is there, you see it. So for those of you who have been asking for my WhatsApp, I think you can see it there posted already. You see Newton's WhatsApp, right? Yeah, so the number is there, 0778 36 83 28. So that's my WhatsApp. So you can just get to me, whatever way, and we can talk about it. So thanks ever so much. Bye-bye. Have yourself a pleasant weekend. Bye-bye. I'm out. We are out, okay? Until Friday, when we will be here again for another edition of the program, Face the Issues.
I can't stand no more, 'cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, 'cause no more money. I can't stand no more, 'cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, 'cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, mistakenly. I wanna